Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. We are reading from Canto 3, Chapter 24, the Renunciation of Kardama Muni. So, very sorry for today's late joining because there was some technical glitch and the class was not starting. Again, we should be used to time this kind of disturbances. I always take inspiration from the offline program. When we have to attend some program offline, we have to go get ready, get our bike or vehicle ready, find a place, drive through, find a place for parking. Sometimes the speaker is late, sometimes we are late, sometimes Prashad comes late. So compared to all this, and that also even if we are attending once a week, of course, needless to say, offline association is extremely important and online cannot replace offline, but daily offline is also not possible. So along with the technology will come some cons of the technology as well. But we have our great warriors here, Tapan Prabhu, Mudit Krishna Prabhu, Parijatila Mataji, Jayesh Prabhu, and many others who are setting up these things. So that's why today somehow it was late. There was a system glitch. So one big thank you to all these devotees who are handling the system from back behind. So we are at text 18. Eshamanavite garbham pravishtham kaitavardhanam avidya samshaya granthim chitvagam vicharashyati. Translation.
Lord Brahma then told Devahūti, my dear daughter of Manu, the same Supreme Personality of Godhead who killed the demon Kaitava is now within your womb. He will cut off all the knots of your ignorance and doubt. Then he will travel all over the world. Purport. Here the word avidya is very significant. Avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. Every one of us is a spirit soul, but we have forgotten. We think I am this body. This is called avidya. Samshaya granthi means doubtfulness. The knot of doubtfulness is tied when the soul identifies with the material world. The knot is also called as ahankara, the junction of matter and spirit. By proper knowledge received from scriptures in disciplic succession and by proper application of that knowledge, one can free himself from this binding combination of matter and spirit. Brahma assures Devahūti that her son will enlighten her, and after enlightening her, he will travel all over the world, distributing the system of Sankhya philosophy. The word samshaya means doubtful knowledge. Speculative and pseudo-yogic knowledge is all doubtful. At the present moment, the so-called yoga system is prosecuted on the understanding that by agitation of the different stations of the bodily construction, one can find that he is God. The mental speculators think similarly, but they are all doubtful. Real knowledge is expounded in Bhagavad Gita. Just become Krishna conscious, just worship Krishna and become a devotee of Krishna. That is real knowledge, and anyone who follows that system becomes perfect without a doubt.
So Brahmaji, he continued. Brahmaji said, Hey Manavi, Esha Manavi te garbha pravishta kaitavardana. My dear daughter of Manu, Manavi. So this Manavi is another name of Devahūti. The same Supreme Lord who killed Kaitava demon has entered your womb. Esha Manavi te garbham. And what are his activities? Avidya samshaya granthim chitva. He will cut off the knots of your ignorance and doubt. And then what he will do? Gam vicharishati. And then he will travel all over the world propagating the same knowledge of Sankhya philosophy in devotional service. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains the word avidya is very significant. So what is avidya? Avidya is forgetfulness of one's identity. So we know what is Jivera Swarupa hai, Krishnera Nityadas. So this is the Swarupa of the Jiva, that is the identity. But when this identity is forgotten, then Maya will overcome. Right? Very celebrated verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna bhuliya jiv, bhogavancha kare, nikatastha maya tara, jhapatiya dhare. So by forgetting our identity, what happens is, then one is thinking one will take on some another identity. So this is very, see why identity is stressed so much, because everything will flow according to identity, right? Everything will flow according to identity. If there is a India-Pakistan war is going on, based on identity, entire thing will be interpreted. If you are Indian, you will look at the whole instance in a different way. You are a Pakistani, you are, that they will look at the whole instance in a different way altogether. So identity is very important. And avidya means forgetfulness of one's real identity. That is Jivera Swarupa. And this will lead to samshaya. So therefore, avidya, samshaya granthi, and it will form a tight knot. That knot is, Prabhupada says, that knot is called as ahankar, and that is the junction of matter and spirit. Matter is material, spirit is spiritual. What binds both of them? Right? Binds both of them is ahankar. Ahankar comes from identity. And this is where the root cause will be destroyed by the message of Kapila Muni. Once liberating or giving this liberating knowledge to Devahūti, here Brahmaji says that Kapila Muni will travel all over the world and enlighten everyone. Prabhupada says samshayasya means doubtful knowledge. So there is a speculation and pseudo-yogic knowledge everywhere, and people are not aware what the exact knowledge is, and exact knowledge is given in Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita, Lord gives very clear instructions. There is no ambiguity in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita talks about 5 subjects, and all 5 subjects the Lord will give very clear instruction. And the concluding instruction of Bhagavad Gita is Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru mame vaishyasya satyam te pratijane priyosine. Just become Krishna conscious and become devotee of the Supreme Lord. Text 9. Ayam siddha ganadesha sankhyacharyai susammatah loke kapilaikhyatam gantam te kirtivardhanah. Translation.
Your son will be the head of all perfected souls. He will be approved by the acharyas, expert in disseminating real knowledge, and among the people he will be celebrated by the name Kapila. As a son of Devahūti, he will increase your fame. Purport. Sankhya philosophy is a philosophical system initiated by Kapila, the son of Devahūti. The other Kapila, who is not the son of Devahūti, is an imitation. This is the statement of Brahmā, and because we belong to Brahma's disciplic succession, we should accept his statement that the real Kapila is the son of Devahūti, and the real Sankhya philosophy is a system of philosophy which is introduced and which will be accepted by the acharyas, the directors of spiritual discipline. The word Susammata means accepted, by persons who are counted upon to give their good opinion.
Atha Siddha Ganadhisha. Your son will be head of the perfected souls. He will be Dhisha. He will be head of the Siddhas, Siddha Gana. And he is Adhisha. He is the head of the perfected beings. Sankhya Acharya Susammataha. He will spread the knowledge of Sankhya philosophy, the real knowledge, and it will be accepted by great personalities within the universe. And therefore, that knowledge will be Susammataha. Loke Kapila Ikyatam. And he will be celebrated as Kapila Muni. Gantate Kirti Vardhana. And then he will also Vardhan your Kirti, O Devahūti. I will be known as son of Devahūti, Kapila Muni. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that Sankhya philosophy, which is enunciated by Kapila Muni, the son of Devahūti, is the real Sankhya philosophy. And this is corroborated here by Brahmaji. And we belong to Brahma Sampradaya. We know there are 4 Sampradaya. Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumar Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya. And ISKCON comes in the line of Brahma Sampradaya. Right. And message of all these Sampradayas is more or less just the same. Performing devotional service to Supreme Lord. Some minor details may change. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he picked up two major elements from all this sampradaya and gave, what is known as Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva and the path of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Rapatha. So, and this is Prabhupada says, we belong to Brahma Sampradaya. And here is the statement of Brahmaji that he is the real Kapila, the son of Devahūti. Because Brahmaji knows later there is going to be some imposter Kapila who will be teaching Sankhya Yoga only, but it will be on very, very materialistic, atheistic description of Sankhya. And therefore, here Kapila Muni is famous as son of Devahūti, son as Kardama. The knowledge given in Sankhya philosophy is Susammataha. Susammataha means accepted by persons who can be counted upon. Right. So, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is accepted by Shada Goswamis. Anybody can claim God, right? I am God. Of course, Mahaprabhu never claimed he is God. But somebody may say, oh, every sampradaya you have one person who is called as God. If you go this person, he says, he is God, he is God. And in your ISKCON, you come, you say, Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. No, sir. Look at the followers of Mahaprabhu. They are the Shada Goswamis and they are the who's who personality. So, that is called as Susammataha. Look at the personalities accepted by the persons who can be counted upon. If you simply study the character of Shada Goswamis, one will develop immense faith in the supremacy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? If Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, these are the personalities. If they accept Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we will blindly accept Mahaprabhu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because he is Susammataha, accepted by the personalities who can be relied upon. Text 20. Maitreya uvacha tavashvasya jagat svrashta kumarei sahanarada hamso hamsena yanena tridhama paramam yayau. Translation.
Shri Maitreya said, after thus speaking to Kardama Muni and his wife Devahūti, Lord Brahmā, the creator of the universe, who is also known as Hamsa, went back to the highest of the 3 planetary systems on his swan carrier with the 4 Kumaras and Narada. Purport: the words Hamsena Yanena are very significant here. Hamsa Yana, the airplane by which Brahma travels all over outer space, resembles a swan. Brahma is also known as Hamsa because he can grasp the essence of everything. His abode is called Tridhama Paramam. There are 3 divisions of the universe: the upper planetary system, the middle planetary system, and the lower planetary system. But his abode is above even Siddhaloka, the upper planetary system. He returned to his own planet with 4 Kumaras and the Narada because they were not going to be married. Other rishis who came with him, such as Marīci and Atri, remained there because They were to be married to daughters of Kardama, but his other sons, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Narada, went back with him in his swan-shaped airplane. The four Kumaras and Narada, Naishtika Brahmacharis. Naishtika Brahmachari refers to one who never wastes his semen at any time. They were not to attend the marriage ceremony of their other brothers, Marīci and other sages, and therefore they went back with their father, Hamsa. Hare Krishna.
Very amazing verse. Tavashvasya Jagat Srishta. Now, who is Brahmaji? Brahmaji is the creator of the universe, Jagat Srishta. Kumara Isaha Narada. He had not come alone. He had come with great sages. He had come with Chatushkumar, Narada Muni, and along with four Kumaras and Narada Muni. Hamso is the Lord Brahmaji. Another name of Lord Brahma is Hamsa. Why he is Hamsa? Because he is the crest jewel of Paramahamsa. He himself is the pure devotee who knows Nirakshira Viveketu, Hamso Hamsaha. So he is the Hamso. Hamsena Yanena Tridhama Paramam Yayo. Hamsena Yanena, he boarded his Hamsayan, and Hamsena Yanena Tridhama Paramam. He left to his abode, which is beyond the three planetary systems. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that Hamsena Yanena is very significant, that Brahmaji travels all over the space in Hamsayan. Okay, so that is the aeroplane of Lord Brahma. And Brahma himself is Hamsa, because he himself is a Paramahamsa. Note what is the difference between and how to grasp the essence. And his dham is called as Param Dham, Tridhama Paramam. That means it is beyond the three dham, beyond the upper, middle, and the lower planetary system. His planet, Prabhupada says, his planet is above even Siddhaloka, the upper planetary system. And there he returned along with Kumara and Narad Muni. Prabhupada says, Kumaras and Narad Muni, they are the Naishtika Brahmachari. They are going to be lifelong celibates. So they had no business being there. And therefore, the other sages, they remained, like Marīci, Atri, and others. And because they were to be married to the daughters of Kardama Muni and Devahūti. But now, these personalities, they just left. So this is how text 20. Text 21. Gate shatadhrutau kshatta kardamastena choditah yathoditam swadruhitah pradat vishvatrujam tatah. Translation.
Translation, O Vidura, after the departure of Brahma, Kardama Muni, having been ordered by Brahma, handed over his 9 daughters as instructed to the 9 great sages who created the population of the world. Hare Krishna.
So now Brahmaji departed, and now Kardama, as he was instructed by Brahmaji, handed over Swadruhitum, his 9 daughters, to 9 great sages, Yatha Shilam, Yatha Ruchihi. This is very important. Previously we have seen this. Yatha Shilam, Yatha Ruchihi. According to text 15, right? Yatha Shilam, Yatha Ruchihi. According to the astrological calculation, proper match was done, and then they were handed over. Now, who got married to whom? This is the description here. Marīcaye Kala Pradhan Anusuya Yathatraye Shraddham Angirase Yachat Pulakasya Hari Bhuvam Pulahaya Gatim Yuktvam Kratave Cha Kriyam Satim Khyatim Cha Bhrugave Yachat Vaishishthaya Pi Arundatim. So who got married to whom? 9 great sages, 9 daughters of Kardama. Very beautiful verse. Translation.
Kardama Muni handed over his daughter Kala to Marīci and another daughter Anasuya to Atri. He delivered Shraddha to Angira and Havirbhu to Pulastya. He delivered Gati to Pulaha, the chest Kriya to Kratu, Khyati to Bhṛgu, and Arundhati to Vasishtha.
So these are the 9 daughters of Kardama Muni and Devahūti, and they got married to these great saintly personalities. Kala to Marīci, Anusuya to Atri. So some of the names will be familiar. Shraddha to Angira, Havirbhu to Pulatsya, Gati to Pulaha, Kriya to Kratu, Khyati to Bhṛgu, and Arundhati to Vasishtha. Right, so this is all 9 great personalities, and they were all now related to Kardama Muni and Devahūti. Text 24. Atharvena dadat shantim yayad yadnyo vitanyate viparchamana kritodvahan tadaram samadanayat. Translation.
Hello. He delivered Shanti to Atharva. Because of Shanti, sacrificial ceremonies are well performed. Thus, he got the foremost Brahmanas married and he maintained them along with their wives.
He delivered Shanti to Atharva. So these are the sages. And Shanti is the sacrificial ceremonies are very well performed, and thus he got the foremost Brahmanas married. And he maintained them along with their wives. Right. Text 25. Tatascharsya kshatta kritadara nimantritam pratishtan nandim apanna swam swa ashrama mandalam. Translation.
Thus married, the sages took leave of Kardama and departed full of joy, each for his own hermitage, O Vidura.
So Maitreya Muni says, O Kshatta, O Vidura, these sages took leave of Kardama, thus married to a suitable girl, and departed full of joy, each to his own hermitage. Right. So marriage is a joyful occasion, and this is how they left to their abodes. We will go, it's 45 already, but we will just continue for 5 more minutes. Text 26. Sachavatirna Triyuga Agyaya Vibhuvarshamam Vivikta Upasangamya Pranamya Samabhashata. Translation.
Translation. When Kardama Muni understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the chief of all the demigods, Viṣṇu, has descended, Kardama approached him in a secluded place, offered obeisance, and spoke as follows. Purport. Lord Viṣṇu is called Tri Yuga. He appears in Tri Yuga, Satya, Treta, and Dwapar, but in Kali Yuga, he does not appear. From the prayers of Prahlada Maharaj, however, we understand that he appears garbed as a devotee in Kali Yuga. Lord Chaitanya is that devotee. Krishna appeared in the form of a devotee, but although he never disclosed himself, Rupa Goswami could understand his identity, for the Lord cannot hide himself from a pure devotee. Rupa Goswami directed him when he offered his first obeisance to Lord Chaitanya. He knew that Lord Chaitanya was Krishna himself and therefore offered his obeisance with the following words. I offer my respects to Krishna, who has now appeared as Lord Chaitanya. This is also confirmed in the prayers of Prahlada Maharaj in Kali Yuga. He does not directly appear, but he appears as a devotee. Viṣṇu is therefore known as Tri Yuga. Another explanation of Tri Yuga is that he has 3 pairs of divine attributes, namely power and affluence, piety and renown, and wisdom and dispassion. According to Sridhara Swami, his 3 pairs of opulences are complete riches and complete strength, complete fame and complete beauty, and complete wisdom and complete renunciation. There are different interpretations of Tri Yuga, but it is accepted by all learned scholars that Tri Yuga means Viṣṇu. When Kardama Muni understood that his son Kapila was Viṣṇu himself, he wanted to offer his obeisance. Therefore, when Kapila was alone, he offered his respects and expressed his mind as follows. Hare Krishna.
So when Kardama Muni, he understood that the Supreme Lord Viṣṇu has descended as his own son, Kardama Muni approached him when Kapila Muni was alone, and he offered his prayers in the following words. So the Lord is referred here as Triyugi. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains, Triyugi means the Lord appears in Triyuga, Satya, Treta, and Dwapar. What happens in Kali? Kali Yuga, the Lord appears, but appears in a Chinna incarnation. He is covered incarnation. Like when Lord Krishna came, everybody was aware that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Ramachandra came, he is Supreme Personality. Narasimha came. So when the Lord comes as Leelavatar specifically, it is very easy to recognize the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when the Lord comes, and that's how he comes in the Tri Yuga, Satya, Treta, Dwapar. But in Kali Yuga, the Lord doesn't come in that way. Lord comes because Lord will come every Yuga. Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. So this is the Lord is going to come every age, every Yuga. But in Kali Yuga, he doesn't come as Lord. He comes as the devotee of himself. And that devotee is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna appeared in the form of his own devotee, but the Lord cannot conceal himself from his pure devotee. Prabhupada writes, beautiful point here. Lord cannot hide himself from a pure devotee, and thus Rupa Goswami perfectly identified the Supreme Lord and glorified him in an apt prayer. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. And all the characteristics of the Lord who is going to appear in Kali Yuga, they are just fitting to the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna Varanam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayai. He is the personality who will inaugurate the Sankirtan Yagya in Kali Yuga. Yajantihi Sumedasaha. He will be always Krishna Varanam, always singing the names of Krishna, Krishna Varana Iti. Varana here word is for Varanamala. That he will be always chanting the names Krishna. Tvisha Akrishnam. His appearance will be non-blackish. Akrishnam. He is Gaura, Gauranga. And therefore, Prabhupada says, appearance of the Lord in Kali Yuga is also confirmed by Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj says that in these four colors, my dear Lord, you appear. When he is offering prayers to Narasimhadev. And there also, one can say that the golden color is reserved for Kali Yuga. So another meaning of Tri Yugi is, Yuga means two, Jugala Kishore. So like that, Yuga means two. Tri Yuga means 3 into 2. So there are 6 characteristics of the Lord, and the Lord appears with 6 opulence. Aishvaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya Yashashriya, Jnana Vairagyayoschaiva, Shannam Bhagaitangana. So 3 into 2, 3 Yuga. So these are the 6 characteristics of the Supreme Lord. Tri Yuga also sometimes means that the Lord. So these are the different interpretations. So Prabhupada says, but Tri Yuga specifically stands for the Supreme Lord Viṣṇu. Now Lord Viṣṇu had appeared as son of Kardama, and Kardama Muni wanted to offer prayers to Lord Viṣṇu. Now father offering prayer to son is not very social, and therefore when the Lord was alone, right? Then Kardama Muni approached the Supreme Lord and began to offer prayers. So we will conclude here and continue tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta ki jai. Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada.
Thank
Really,
you,
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat pranam.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat.